conversation here, but we're really counting on you as well to feel free at any time to jump in, to respond to one of the questions. And we're going to go through the panel, ask questions and have them answer. But if you would like to jump in with anything, that's what this is about. This is a group team effort to share information. So I'm going to start with Sue. Can you give us an overview, Sue, of some of the pros and cons of being a remote agent?
Yeah, the pros, we actually have a couple remotes. Dre is one of them, and we have Sarah. So if we have busy times, like for unknown reasons, if we have a power outage and we have like an enormous amount of calls coming in, I can give them a call and they can hop on from home, which is very convenient instead of having someone to come in, whether they're like 10 minutes away or half an hour away, to come into the office, get there, where they can just hop on at home. It takes 2 minutes to get onto the system. Saving money, you don't have to get gas to get to work or use gas to get to work. And I know that lunches and stuff, when I have to get lunch for work, I'm like, what am I gonna have? Just to sit there for half an hour, figuring out where you're gonna have, when you can just get up and go to your fridge and get whatever you want to eat. It makes the agent stronger, makes them do things on their own, to problem solve on their own, because like I said, sometimes with me, I know at my desk I have tasks and I also have alarms, so I'm not readily available all the time to answer a question, and it's kind of like, okay, she's not answering me, what if someone else is not, if they're busy, they're not answering me, so they have to figure out things on their own. I think that makes the operator stronger. Being in a more relaxed environment, like Sheila said, you can sit at home in your nightie and your robe and just answer calls. You still have to be professional, obviously, but you're in a more comfortable state. And Katie actually mentioned that she found that she excelled more as a remote, being in-house. Her quality scores went up, as well as her confidence and the compliments that she received. Cons: not being able to, like I said, having someone available there to answer your questions right away if you need to be. So that is like a pro and a con. Not being able to participate in work functions wherever you are if you're too far away. Not being able to hear the callers, that's a big complaint. If your internet goes down, you're not going to be able to take calls. Trying to explain situations over chat can be difficult, because like I said, it's emotionless. You don't know what's happening. And like I've said to Katie a few times, I don't know what you're talking about, so I actually have to call her or she calls me. And the remote system seems, I don't know how anybody else's, but our remote system seems to run slower than in-house. Whether it's just because it's internet-based, I'm not really sure. And we do have to have qualifications to be a remote. You have to be there more than a year. You have to be a level 9 operator to actually be a remote. And that's that.
Okay, and we're going to turn over to Maureen. What does onboarding of a remote agent look like?
Our onboarding, if our requirement is an agent has to have been with Extend for a minimum of a year. Now there have been some exceptions, so 6 to 9 months. For example, a student that's now going to be going away to school. So we just recently had one. She's been with us 9 months. She met all the criteria, so she was able to move away and still works part-time. Once the okay has been given, and it's announcements posted on our forum, and then that lets everyone know that we've got a new agent that's going to be going remote. At some point thereafter, our operation or communications manager will make a site visit to make sure that everything is on the agent side at home, falling within our criteria. It's a room, separate room, closed door, soundproof, or that others in the house or whatever would be able to hear you. Do you have quiet dogs? Do you have yappy dogs? Just to follow up on that. And then the remote team lead will follow up with the new remote operator. We've got one of our agents that's just finished writing a remote handbook. So it's just full of frequently asked questions that we're finding from previous remotes. And that it's more of an aid to let them know what they've gotten themselves into. We have monthly remote meetings. It's scheduled, it's an hour, and it's our time. So no matter what's going on, that is our time, and respect that. Let us have our meeting. So we do it as a Zoom. It could be just that hour of everyone just visiting with each other, or it could be that some of them are having the same account issues. Okay, let's review it as a group and get feedback from each other how you're handling it. So that has been really, really valuable, having that scheduled 1 hour every month with just us. And I'm finding that the big thing with our onboarding is not so much getting the remote prepared, it's getting the in-house. Getting people in-house recognizing everything from now a remote's perspective. I mean, you're talking about the communication. All we are hearing when we call in is your tone of voice. So if you have a desk piled high with work and you've got someone standing in front of your desk, we don't see that. We've called you, you've answered your tone of voice. Are you stressed with me? Are you ticked off at me? So you've got to keep that in mind when you have a remote calling in. We're hearing your tone and that's it. We don't see your body language. We don't see the environment that you're in at the moment. So you've got to kind of keep that in the back of your head. And that's training the new operators now. That, when an operator calls in, an agent, remote, don't be so formal with us. Oh, what can I do for you? Take that moment and chat. Oh, hey, how are you? Is there something I can help you with? Who you're looking for? If that's okay to do that, don't be so rigid with us. We are a part of your team. And another thing that has gotten back to me from the other agents is when they do call in and want to speak to a supervisor, we are part of your team. Don't brush us off because someone's now come from your desk and you tell. We have just as much right for that assistance as that person that just came up to your desk. So don't be so quick to brush off the remote operator. Give them that time. And if you need to push away from your desk and get your hands off the keyboard, then do that so that we can hear that in your voice that we have your attention because you need some help here. So it's onboarding for both sides.
Yeah. That's really important. It's a great perspective. Great perspective.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll turn to Sheila. This is, we got this a lot in the surveys. How do you keep your remote agents involved in the company culture?
First off, Northern Communications has been in business for over 60 years. We're very employee orientated. Our employees are our backbone of our business. So if we didn't have the employees, we wouldn't have a business. We have employee appreciation events where we have dress down days, potlucks, barbecues, where we have games. We have dunk tanks where we get the managers involved. We have pies in the face. We raise money for all different kind of. We're into charities. Our company has 50 different charities that we are involved with. We're big into the Red Cross, children charities, Crime Stoppers. Now, even though we're remote operators, when I get an email that there's any kind of anything going on within the company, I make sure that I send it out to all my remote staff. So they have the option to, like we have a dress down day coming up. So they have the option to be involved in that. Even though they're at home, they can take a picture of themselves on that day, send it in, and they can still be involved in the contest. So now we also just started last year where again, the company is so strongly employee oriented that we now have an employee appreciation program where the CSRs were able to pick. We've become involved with a company in Montreal. I'm not sure the company name, I apologize. I know the lady's name is Betty that we deal with. Depending on your years of service, you're able to pick from different gifts. You go onto their website and for 2 years or 5 years or 10 years or 15 years, 25 years, 30 years, you can pick different gifts that you want. And then Lisa has went to the different offices, and we've had a dinner, and she's presented them to us. Some of the gifts, the one lady, she was able to get, because she has 25 years and then she just turned 30 years. These are good gifts. Like, one of them was a Lagostino pots and pans and Henkel knives. And that gift was over $1,200. So that price really was no object when it came to the value of an employee. This year we still had a Christmas party for the children. We didn't have a Christmas party for sake as a Christmas party. What we had was for the rest of the staff is we had an employee appreciation event, which was like a Christmas party, the same thing as a Christmas party, but Santa wasn't there. There was no Christmas theme. And we had, everyone was included, and if they couldn't go, then there was a dinner or something that was bought for them so they wouldn't feel left out. We always get motivational books from John as a little thank you, so everyone got their little gift. And it just, I can't say enough of the company. Like I say, I've been there for 30 years. 1 year out of college, I've been there since, and unless I win the lottery, that's where I'm going to be till I retire. So,
The lottery bus. That's great. Sue, what are some of the things that you guys do to keep the remote agents involved in Alliance?
Well, we keep them involved with activities like we have our barbecues and our Christmas parties, and we have potlucks. Usually in the last 6 months or so, we actually have themes every month, whether it be Easter or Valentine's Day or St. Patrick's Day. I'll talk about we had a pot of gold contest not too long ago for St. Patrick's Day, which is really good, but I'll talk about that in the next. And we actually, Katie's quality calls and all the remotes, all the operators had quality calls done. Chatting over chat just to keep in touch, to say, how's it going? Is there anything that you need, or is there anything that I can help you with, or do you have any concerns? Having them work in-house when they are in town. I believe you came not too long ago when you were down for a little bit. Yeah. We had another girl that was actually in Toronto, and she came down for Christmas break, and she worked in-house the week that she was home for Christmas. Having meetings when we do our quality, because we have quality every month, and we have meetings, we talk about it over the phone, and then we can reconnect as well to see how they're doing and where they're at, and if they need to come in-house, or if they need to have the staff, be around staff for a couple days. And you mentioned having a buddy system. Now, we don't do that, but that would be something that we can look into, because I think that would be really good and useful, because like I said, if she needs me, or if any of the remotes need me, and I'm busy, because I can't always be looking at my chat because I'm looking at over here, it would be nice to have someone right there so they can count on that person to be there. So that's something that I'm going to bring up when we get back to have that buddy system, because it would be good to have that support when they need it.